super excited for the white tea cake that some of you will be getting for the January 2024 tea club. Okay, very cute packaging. It has instruction, but unfortunately it's in Chinese. Now, this is a pressed white tea cake from 2017. Normally, white tea is one of the best for you to age them. And a lot of white tea, sometimes they can age like 10 years, 12 years, even sometimes it's older now, because white tea only become more popular in recent years. So some of the older one, just because they are older than 10 or 12 years, they not necessarily mean good, because they usually pick the worst quality to press it into a cake. But as it gained more popularity recently, it changed. So now they start using a better quality, like this one. All right, so let's open this up. Okay, and you get this beautiful white tea cakes. This is probably one of the most beautiful mini white tea cake I have ever seen. No joke, beautiful. Okay, this is about 6.5 to 7 grams, so it's a lot of tea. So whenever you want to make this tea, you better make sure that you are ready for a lot of session. You can easily get like 20 brew out of this. All right, I'm gonna put that over there. It's probably a good one to use a big teapot too. I will probably brew it like around 180 maybe, and then just let it sit, maybe even lower. Never have to take it off from the heat really, just kind of like drinking it slowly, keep adding it, drinking it slowly, keep adding it. I'm not gonna do that. I feel like it's a waste because this tea really pack a lot of punch. So we're gonna rinse this tea real quick with boiling. Doesn't have to be boiling. This is about 200 degrees right now, right? Just pour it out. Okay, appreciate the tea. Smell the lid. There's like this sweet and spice a little bit. Very good. Now this smells like this is definitely more punchy, and then this is a little bit more subtle. This is more like kind of like oatmeal, kind of like sweet, maybe even a little bit like cornmeal. And then you can use this to feed your tea pad. Again, Dragon Year is coming. Every single one of you from the tea club will be getting one of this Dragon tea pad. And if you smell it, it will smell just like the white tea. We're gonna just pour this slowly. Gonna slowly open up the flavor of this white tea. So you have to brew this for about 30 seconds, so about 190. So from boiling to rinse the tea, first infusion, it's about 30 seconds, right? So that is 30 seconds. Be gentle. White tea is a gentle tea. Aged white tea is much easier to make, much more, I guess it's not as sensitive to bitterness and astringency. Some of my aged white tea will never get bitter. This particular one, if you really push them, it will still get a bit of astringency. So let's not go that route on this one. If you accidentally overbrew for like a minute, it should be okay. I've done it all the time. Now it tastes almost like a sticky rice. So if you ever had my sticky rice pu'er, this reminded me of that. So first infusion, pretty good, but the flavor is definitely not ready yet. And I'm gonna brew a second infusion. One of my tricks, if I feel like the flavor comes out too slow, I like to only fill up even less of the water. So instead of filling up about 90 milliliters, I put about 65 to 70 milliliters. The less water you put, the quicker, the more it extracts the flavor out of the tea faster. Second infusion, the leaves starting to become bigger and bigger. See if I can show it to you better over the camera. Beautiful. I have a thong here. This thong is very useful. You can definitely see it's almost double in size. Well, maybe not double, but it's double in thickness. It's definitely double, maybe even triple in thickness. And still a lot of flavor, right? This is not something you want to be rushing when you're drinking it. This is perfect for drinking for like a 3-4 hour session easily. Very ricey. It's like a rice dessert with a hint of like sugar cane. So good. Just pour them slowly. While you enjoy this, you can start brewing on the third infusion, right? Feel free to add this on top of your previous infusions. Just do it slowly. Obviously, normally you're not going to be doing it this fast. This is the third infusion. Oh, every time you do this, the tea leaf's getting fatter and fatter. You know, I think the last time I have to do this like 8 times or 9 times before it's like completely open up. That's how much flavor it can get out of that little tiny mini white tea cakes. Beautiful color. One of my favorite tricks of enjoying a white tea is you slurp it, and then while it's inside, you let it sit in your tongue. You roll your tongue toward the ceiling, and then you suck in some more air, and then let it kind of rotate. Like the liquid will just like rumble inside your tongue, and it will like bring out even more flavor profile that you'll never taste if you just by drinking it and then without even doing this. So I learned the technique when I was in the farm actually. They do that a lot, very, very loudly. You'll definitely have a little bit caffeine. So the nice thing about white tea, the caffeine is not as high as a younger, more fresh white tea. And as you age this longer, as is like a year later, 2 years later, it's just going to get more and more sweeter, more smoother, less sensitive towards heat. It's making it even harder and harder to make it astringent and bitter. At this point, 5 years old, it's still possible to make it astringent, but it's not that easy. But it's like 6, 8, 9 years old, it's very difficult to make it astringent. That's when it start bringing out more of like a sweet fruit notes like black currant, of like raisin, of like, even like plums, Right now it's like it's on the way to get there. So it's not as like green and grassy like when it was like fresh, but it's definitely not plummy yet. And some people enjoy that. This is more like like I say, like a pandan and rice. Very, 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 very soothing. Great after meal. I think this tea will help you for like bloating. If you like want to have dessert instead of having dessert, you can have this instead. It makes a great tea after meal for sure. And then just keep going. Just keep going. Not long at all. And as you brew it more and more, you just steep it longer and longer. Very simple and straightforward. So what happened if you have to go and you still, look at this, it's barely open. So what happened if you have to go? You can just make sure there's no liquid in the gaiwan. Get rid of all the liquid as much as you can. Or you can drop this into a mason jar and put cold water, and tomorrow you're gonna enjoy a nice cold brew. You just drain them out, or you just continue making it again and again later tomorrow, or like in a few hours. You see that? It's barely open. I'm very excited for you guys to give this white tea a try. I can't wait to hear your feedback. This is definitely not something that I can find easily. The flavor profile is like this very fresh and a very aged white tea, kind of like somewhere in the middle. Really exciting. So I'm hoping that you can enjoy this white tea as much as I can. So if you have any questions, any comment, please drop a comment below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. It will help make more video. It will help YouTube algorithm to introduce to other people that love drinking tea. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.